Of course you're going to be upset because nobody or yourself took the time to learn how to love you. Even on outside of the value when you was getting love that you particularly thought that was for you, it wasn't particularly for you. It was how someone else above you or older than you learned how to love. And they probably didn't get a chance to learn how to love themselves. So then you have this constant rep, rep, replication of situations that don't serve nobody. The only way that's going to take place unless you ultimately just get all the way out your way and feel yourself. You have to feel yourself and you have to sit down and understand what's given to you to feel. If you always wanting shit, that's why my grandfather would be like, you only want it because you see it. You don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't taking the time to feel yourself. Like really be in love with you and all the attributes about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Too busy like throwing that shit out in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like in some form of fashion. And ultimately, the job is to learn how to love you so therefore someone can love you the way you learned how to love yourself correctly. And then that replication starts. You know what I'm saying? Like people would rather cry about the things they don't have instead of fixing it and learning how to love. Ultimately, if you went through things and you wasn't able to get these certain levels of love that you need for yourself, now you understand what that shit feel like. So now you can give it to somebody. You can give it to somebody on a higher level of existence because you know why you went through the lack and the pain of it. So now you know what to do because you didn't have it. And that's grace. You know, you got to free yourself from your own turmoil by being the image that you wanted to serve you. People don't even walk around here treating people how they want to be treated in this world. And the ones like me that do, that's few and far between, we end up looking like suckers, right? But ultimately, we can't look like suckers because that's the heart we carry. So that means lack thereof, you don't get a chance to experience that. I ain't gonna tell you I love you if I ain't gonna truly be able to express it. Like, what's the point? So if I'm gonna step into those shoes of that energy and that vibration, best believe I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it. That's the point. Who falsifies emotions? You're gonna sell yourself short just for the karma to come back. That means you're gonna dig a hole in yourself with something universal and then turn around and don't serve the purpose just so when you need that it doesn't serve the purpose for you. And that's what you telling the universe you like, yeah, I like when I don't get that response because I do it to other people. We're all going crazy, yo. But it's all good because eventually you're going to be seeing that same karma. And we call it karma, but it's really residual energy. It's like the boomerang. It's what you throw out and get back. You know what I'm saying? Like that same seeds you planted, you got to see that in reverberation to everything that you love. Because mind you, the inadequacy is never going to be the same. You're not going to feel the way you did when you was 16. You're not going to feel the same way you did when you was in your 20s, 30s, and so forth and on. All those images are going to change in your mind. And some of them you're going to forget. Divine got to set up the way the hard drive just delete shit sometimes, especially the shit you don't need that they ain't going to serve you in your growth. So then you find yourself wanting that feeling like, yo, why I ain't got it now? I want it. I need it. And you ain't want it before. You told the universe you ain't want it by your actions. And better believe you can't be a liar because now you imprinting the fact that you can't be trusted even from the universe. Integrity is ill. You speaking to your soul with your actions in the world. Listen to what I just said. You're speaking to your soul with your physical actions in the world. One more time. You are speaking to your soul, to your spirit, with your physical actions in the world. Man, look, it is what it is. But for the most part, it goes over everybody's heads because you know why? Self-serving. Self-preservation has gotten taken out of context. So if they change the things in the world that you need to preserve yourself, then you can go off tilt as far as what's needed naturally to do these things for yourself. And then rationalize the falsity. Like Like you're going to fight for something that someone created that you think is needed to sustain your your preservation of self. It gets deep, yo. It gets deep. Divine gave each each and every level of seed shell. That means the structure of the things you're gonna go through, the way you came in here, whether that means you're thin or you're different. There's something for everything, for everybody on a natural scale. That was protected by land laws. That the natural government that we go by today, so-called natural government that we go by today, is trying to be in the new world order of things. They're trying to cover up the natural situation that was given to the earth by divine. See, everybody want to make this shit mystical, and it is in some sense because it's divine. But in the same sense, it's literally a law and physicality to this way of living because it's the binding of the flesh and the spirit. So in order to nurture the spirit, the flesh has to be in tune with its natural properties. So the only thing I got to do to remove you from that is to feed you in natural properties, things that are not natural. And they've been doing this to society for a long time. So ultimately, this is the adjustment. It's always been the adjustment. You don't need me to keep saying this shit. You don't need nobody to say this. It's blatant. This is the reason why most people can't do certain things. You can't tap into this. You can't do that. There are blockages inside of you, physical blockages that doesn't allow the spiritual connection to take place. The spiral connection. That's electrical energy that comes in down through your through the pineal gland. It's another gland, pituitary gland, and then it shines on the third eye. Understanding that you have secretions from your brain that drops down in your body and raises up. These secretions is what happened with through the coupling of mentalities growing through the years. The reason why you go from 5 to 15 and you can speak different, your voice changes and stuff like that. Your intelligence levels rises as you get older. Your capability changes. This is the reason why you can go from a child to a man. It's the sacred oil that rises up and down you. But as you get older, you don't focus on that no more. It's not even a focus when you're a kid. It just happens natural because you're not apt to do anything else. So when it's happening, you're naturally growing with this. And then you slow it down by taking in the world, digesting the world, giving out to the world, releasing to the world by whatever adjustment need to see fit because of the frustration that's put onto the physical body, the lack thereof of whatever understanding you have in your mentality as you grow as an adult. As you grow as an adult. We put down all these things real fast and don't understand that as a childhood, you're doing the natural way, but you don't know that you're doing it. It's just because you're not focused on anything else. You have no choice but to be a child. And then focus comes in and it's like, wait a minute, what am I putting down? What am I leaving behind and complete? Not just childhood. It's something else I'm leaving behind because I'm not growing the same way. Divine don't make no mistakes. We do. It gets deep like that. It's a whole mission, but I ain't gonna hold you. NAGA.